after being banned by MHA in 2019, the Jamaat-e-Islami spreads its tentacles. Republic reveals sinister plot. Rohingya spread its tentacles in Manipur. CM Biren Singh expresses concern. Three arrested, including a CPM member, in the case of human sacrifice in Kerala. Horrific details emerge.
A CPM worker who is accused of butchering. The Chief Minister doesn't care to take stringent action, urgent action to gear up the investigation. Instead,
Massive political fight breaks out over Kerala murder. BJP accuses left government of go slow. BJP targets Aam Aadmi Party over 2018 tape of controversial leader Gopal Italia. Claims Aam Aadmi Party is anti-Hindu. Big speculation over Ganguly move. Sources say he was offered IPL chairmanship, which he refused. Big announcements ahead of Diwali. Railway workers now get bonus and oil marketing companies get grants for subsidy. Viewers, it's 6 p.m. this Wednesday evening. I'm Shubhangi Shukla and you're watching This Is Exclusive, where we get you all the exclusive updates on Republic TV. Now, the national investigation, which carried out searches at 18 locations in Jammu and Kashmir earlier this week, now the NIA has found that the banned terror outfit, Jamaat-e-Islami, was still operational. And not just this, they spread its tentacles in Jammu and Kashmir, who radicalized the youth. Have a look at this exclusive report.
All Pak backers must hear this. In a sensational crackdown against terror, the NIA has busted an unholy plot by Pakistan. The National Investigation Agency busted a sinister plot of a terror organization banned by the MHA in 2019. The Jamaat-e-Islami, even after being banned, was operating via proxies. Republic got to learn that the terror proxies used educational institutes to fund their terror design.
National Investigation Agency has carried out a phased crackdown on the two arms of Jamaat-e-Islami. When Jamaat was banned in 2019, it activated its two arms. First was Falai Arm Trust that was providing the modern education, and second was Al Huda Educational Trust that was giving the religious education. Both the institutes were used for the Hawala funding so as to fund the Jamaat-e-Islami even after the ban by MHA, and also to radicalize youth. Republic has got access to the details that how NIA planned and executed this major crackdown in the 2 years on the arms of Jamaat-e-Islami.
The two arms of the banned terror network Jamaat-e-Islami have been busted by the NIA. Falai Arm Trust Al Huda were identified and busted in the year 2021 and 2022 respectively. Explosive details of the plot also tell us that the modus operandi was to radicalize youth. The money that was received after opening educational trust were later used to fund the terror. Pakistan and its terror proxies are not hesitating even after using innocent minors to further their devious agenda. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, Gursimran is joining me live right now. Gursimran, huge terror links are emerging right now, and this is not new because Pakistan-sponsored terror has always been on the radar of India. What are we learning right now about these raids which were carried out by the National Investigation, and they have found out that Jamaat-e-Islami was still operational? Gursimran.
See, Shivani, first we have to understand that how deep-rooted this conspiracy was. This was all planned well before 2019. The Jamaat-e-Islami was well aware of the fact that the government will decide that they have to act on the terror supporters. Jamaat-e-Islami will be the first, and that's why they started two organizations. First was Fly Arm Trust, that was providing the modern day education. They had over 24 schools in the Kashmir Valley that were providing the education based on the NCERT syllabus. And the second arm of Jamaat-e-Islami was Al Huda Educational Trust, that was providing the religious education, the madrasas that were being run by the Al Huda Educational Trust. So what they have done is that they were almost in a stage that they were very sure that they will be banned by the MHA, and that happened in 2019. After that, they used both these trusts, Fly Arm and Al Huda Educational Trust, to receive funding, also to radicalize the youth of Jammu and Kashmir. Subsequent investigations were carried out. First, it was in 2021 when the National Investigation Agency registered an FIR that even after the ban on Jamaat-e-Islami, it has continuous working and getting the funds to carry out its activities in Kashmir. And what came under scanner was the Fly Arm Trust. It was on the 8th August 2021 when Fly Arm Trust offices were raided across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Second raids were 2 days back. It was on the 10th of October when the NIA carried out raids on the Fly Arm Trust associate, the second arm of Jamaat-e-Islami, that was the Al Huda Educational Trust. This was a suo motu FIR, the FIR number 7 that has been registered by the National Investigation Agency, Police Station, Jammu and Kashmir. And this was on the directions of the intelligence input that was generated by the National Investigation Agency, and an FIR was registered last month.
Right. And I'm also being joined by Colonel Rohit Dev and right now Republic TV. Thank you for joining us, Colonel. Now, this is very, very shocking that even after the ban on Jamaat-e-Islami by the MHA, there seems to be some activity which is completely anti-national, where they also try to radicalize the youth of a country. What is the reaction coming in, Colonel?
Right. I think there's no surprises there, because if you trace back the activities of this organization, terror outfit at that, 3 weeks ago, if you go into the news of Pakistan itself, the same outfit was trying to create a hue and cry over the electricity bills there. So it's an organization which is very much alive from Pakistan. It is funded from Pakistan. 2 weeks back, the same organization also made some hue and cry when PFI members were being raided and arrested in India over the terror links. And this one, which has happened in the last couple of days to basically raid 18 odd locations currently, more on the radar, is to take the entire gamut of this chain, which is between PFI, Jamaat-e-Islami, all the kind of various education foundations. These people have spread their tentacles not only through foundations and their organizations. They've also spread the tentacles today in our country through officials, through people in polity, through people in various walks of life. And this is the most, sort of a behavior pattern you see from the organizations, where they are able to buy off people in our own country to create trouble within our country. And that is something which NIA and ED both will be looking at in terms of the nexus of these particular agencies, and find out who are the people in our country who are giving and harboring these terrorists and these organizations and making them grow. So I think it's a much more sinister plot, because at one hand, Pakistan is very keen to go off the FATF blacklisting mode and stay in grey and come out of it. On the other hand, the United States is helping Pakistan with coming out with refurbishment of their F-16s and enhancing their military capabilities on the garb of Afghanistan. I don't see any change in the pattern of terror organizations operating from Pakistan, being funded from Pakistan, being funded from Hawala resources, being funded from unauthorized agencies, even in the Middle East and across the world. And this is a living danger for our country. How can India, which is on a path of economic strife, you just saw the IMF report yesterday, we are picked at the highest growth rate today in the world. So we have enemies, who are not keen to let us have that kind of a cherished dream. And these organizations are the retarders which need to be, nipped now. And all the people associated, and including Indian citizens who are harboring these particular institutions and organizations and helping them, should be nailed by law. So I think time has come for harder drive, and I'm glad that the government of the day and the NIA are pushing in this, fervor to arrest and raid the organizations like PFI and Jamaat-e-Islami and others as well. So good that your channel is bringing it up. I'm happy with this.
All right, thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you so much, defense expert Colonel Rohit Dev with us right now. Getting some more breaking news coming in. Exclusive details. Now, what we're learning so far, viewers, this is very, very big and connected to the story we are breaking right now. Jamaat-e-Islami's proxy Al-Huda, which Gursimran was talking about, was banned this year. But now we have learned, and this is very, very big, its CEO, Mohammed Amir Shamshi, has been arrested by the NIA. Big news coming in right now. Gursimran, I want to go back to you. Gursimran, the NIA teams were looking for Shamshi of Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri, who's a CEO of Al-Huda. And right now, this is very, very big that he has been arrested by the NIA after a lot of searching. Gursimran.
Yes, the arrest has been made, and important to mention that the way this arrest has been made, this were after the subsequent raids that were conducted by the National Investigation Agency. And what we are getting to know that Shamsi has been arrested after increment documents have been found from his possession, and also some of the details that link to his involvement with the Jamaat-e-Islami. Not only this, we have also accessed the photograph of Shamsi with the Hurriyat leader Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani. So it clearly establishes the links of Shamsi not only with the Jamaat-e-Islami but also with the separatists who were also and always dancing on the tunes of Pakistan, demanding destruction for India. This is what we have seen, and one of the main reasons for the unrest in the Kashmir Valley has been the separatism. So he was in close liaison with the separatist leader. That is also very clear from the photograph of Mohammed Amir Shamsi that we have accessed. And this is a part of a larger conspiracy that was hatched. It was not that after 2019 it was hatched. It was all pre-planned, all in mind of Jamaat-e-Islami, that what if we get banned, then we will use our tentacles to not only to radicalize the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, but also to get the Hawala money. The Hawala money nexus is very important because crore and crores of rupees from the other countries have been pushed into India in the name of education of a particular religion, and then have been used to carry out the terror acts in the region.
Right. Okay, thank you, Gursimran, for joining us. Big exclusive details coming in, viewers, right now, where Jamaat-e-Islami's proxy Al-Huda was banned. The CEO, Mohammed Amir Shamsi, has been arrested. The NIA was looking for him for a very long time, and this is the big news we are getting for you right now. Let's go ahead to the other story we are tracking right now, and this is exclusive. As Rohingya crisis and the junta military crackdown in Myanmar deepens, Manipur CM, while in exclusive conversation with Republic, has expressed his concern. He said that the ongoing situation in the neighboring country has deeply affected the state of Manipur. Many refugees, both Rohingyas as well as the Burmese nationals, are trying to sneak into India via the porous Indo-Myanmar border. Around 300 have been intercepted so far. Many have pushed back, and some even facing legal proceedings. Recently, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has approved setting up 34 police outposts along the Indo-Myanmar border. CM Biren Singh has also hailed this move by the Home Minister. Listen in.
Home Minister Amit Shah has sanctioned 34 police outposts just on the border, India-Myanmar border, and it will definitely easy to handle this type of illegal drugs trafficker as well as the illegal immigrants. The effect of Myanmar situation is facing by the neighboring state. Manipur is one of the states which is badly affected by the present crisis in Myanmar. Till now we have around 300 Myanmarese national has been sent back, and some are in under the legal proceedings and observation. So you rightly said, due to the uncertainty in Myanmar as a border state, we are affecting.
Right, I want to go straight to Anirudh right now. Anirudh, take us through exactly where things stand right now, because many refugees, both Rohingyas as well as Burmese nationals, are trying to sneak into India by the Indo-Myanmar border, and this is also raising a concern as well. Take us through what we are learning so far.
Yes, taking cognizance of the fact that the activities of the Tatmadaw in Myanmar have made a direct impact in the neighboring states, states of Manipur and Mizoram particularly, and there have been sub increase in influx as many Myanmar nationals both from the eastern Nagaland side as well as Rohingyas who have been living in the Sanghain province of Myanmar are trying to infiltrate into India. Vigil have been increased, and we are getting to know that the Indian Home Ministry has recently approved 34 new police outposts just along the Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur. Interacting exclusively to Republic Media Network 2 days back, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has made a point that this police outposts which will be erected in fact along the Indo-Myanmar border will not only help in keeping a check on the illegal influx that has been happening lately from Myanmar to India, but will also help the police in keeping a strict vigil, strict check on the influx of drugs, particularly from the Golden Triangle region in Myanmar. We are also getting to know that so far 300 Rohingyas were detected by the Manipur government who have influx via the porous Indo-Myanmar border into the state of Manipur, and several of them have been pushed back, while many others whose process has not been cleared are facing the legal proceedings as of now. The data is also slightly more or less in the case of Mizoram also, where earlier we have witnessed a major influx from Myanmar happening towards this side, and similarly, in Manipur also this trend has been witnessed, and the state government and the center both are very much concerned about the illegal infiltration that has been happening, taking advantage of the porous Indo-Myanmar border. We have got also visuals where clearly it is seen that many people who have been living in the Sanghain province are trying to infiltrate into India to ensure a safe haven. Meanwhile, one interesting aspect that we have got to know from our sources, that the insurgents, the militant outfits from the northeastern region, be it the NACNK or the Ulfa Independent or the UNLF or the PLA, these militant outfits have been helping the Tatmadaw in order to secure their own safe haven in the Sanghain province, and that is why they are also assisting the Burmese nationals in infiltrating into India.
All right, thank you, Anirudh, for getting us all the details. So Manipur CM has spoken to Republic exclusively on the Rohingya threat, viewers, and has said that the situation is affecting the state. It's also a concern for our national security. Much more coming up on the other side. We are getting you the most exclusive details on a special show. This is exclusive. Coming up on the other side, 3 have been arrested, including a CPM member in a case of human sacrifice in Kerala. Horrific details are now emerging. Plus, BJP targets Aam Aadmi Party over 2018 tape of controversial leader Gopal Italia. Claims Aam Aadmi Party is anti-Hindu.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower. We are the fifth largest economy. We are the fastest growing major economy. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now is the time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower. Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Mission Superpower is the goal. Now it is time to get there. Policymakers, economists and new business leaders assemble on one platform. A platform that puts the spotlight on India's race to global domination. A platform where the most pressing questions are discussed. A platform that celebrates the country's exponential growth. Republic Media Network proudly presents the country's biggest India Economic Summit this October 14th only on Republic TV.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a
Viewers, as a Rohingya crisis worsens in Myanmar, Manipur CM has spoken exclusively to Republic TV, where he expressed his concern. He said that the ongoing situation in the neighboring country has deeply affected the state of Manipur. Listen in.
Honorable Union Home Minister Amit Shah has sanctioned 34 police outposts just on the border, India-Myanmar border, and it will definitely easy to handle this type of illegal drugs trafficker as well as the illegal immigrants. The effect of Myanmar situation is facing by the neighboring state. Manipur is one of the states which is badly affected by the present crisis in Myanmar. Till now we have around 300 Myanmarese national has been sent back, and some are in under the legal proceedings and observation. So you rightly said, due to the uncertainty in Myanmar as a border state, we are affecting.
Viewers, that's all we had on This Is Exclusive today. On This Is Exclusive, we showed you how the NIA crackdown on Pakistan's terror funds are happening, where a sinister plot has now been busted. And we also told you what's happening there in Manipur, where the Manipur CM, speaking to Republic TV, has said that the situation when it comes to Rohingyas is not stable there, and there's some concern when it comes to the state of the Manipur and India's national security when it comes to Rohingyas infiltrating into the country. All right, that's all we had on This Is Exclusive. Thank you for watching. Much more coming up. On the other side, we continue to be live and breaking.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
TMC MLA Manik Bhattacharya has been arrested by edict in the recruitment of primary teachers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurating Mahakaleshwar Temple Corridor in Ujjain.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. 2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission superpower.
We are the fifth largest economy. We are the fastest growing major economy. Last year the economy was all geared up. Now is the time to set the goal in sight. Mission superpower.
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal, mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Mission Superpower is the goal. Now it is time to get there. Policymakers, economists and new business leaders assemble on one platform. A platform that puts the spotlight on India's race to global domination. A platform where the most pressing questions are discussed. A platform that celebrates the country's exponential growth. Republic Media Network proudly presents the country's biggest India Economic Summit this October 14th only on Republic TV.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global.
Viewers, top headlines right now. 3 arrested, including a CPM member arrested in case of human sacrifice in Kerala. Horrific details are now emerging.
CPM worker who is accused of butchering. The Chief Minister doesn't care to take stringent action, urgent action to gear up the investigation. Instead,
Massive political fight breaks out over Kerala murder. BJP accuses left government of go slow. BJP targets Aam Aadmi Party over 2018 tape of controversial leader Gopal Italia. Claims Aam Aadmi Party is anti-Hindu. Gupkar League questions EC directives on new electoral roll in Jammu and Kashmir. Big speculation over Ganguly move. Sources say he was offered IPL chairmanship, which he refused. And big announcements ahead of Diwali. Railway workers get bonus and oil marketing companies get grants for subsidy. Viewers, you're live and breaking, and I'm Shivangi Shukla. Lots lined up for you in this bulletin. Let's start off with the big story we are tracking from down south. Kerala police has now informed a serial offender, Shafi, has now been arrested. The reports have not been revealed. There were multiple injuries on accused bodies. Meanwhile, Republic has accessed CCTV of the victim walking to meet Shafi to his roadside shop on 26 September in Kochi. Human sacrifice victim is now seen on CCTV video hours before she was murdered in Kerala. The CCTV video shows human sacrifice victim there, and the victim can be seen crossing the road to meet Shafi. This is the big story we are tracking on Republic TV the entire day. It's a big development in the alleged human sacrifice case in Kerala. Republic TV has accessed the CCTV footage, which you can see on the center of your screen. The key CCTV footage has now been accessed.
Before we unravel the most grotesque plot to have come to light in recent times, let's talk about the sheer brutality of this crime. The victims, who were lottery vendors, were lured, kidnapped and sacrificed. They were suffocated using plastic bag, tied to a cot and bludgeoned to death. The details are even more gory. They were butchered into pieces, beheaded, breast chopped off, and their private body parts were mutilated with knife. It did not end there. Oozing blood from their mutilated bodies was sprinkled around the house. Then the bodies were chopped into 56 pieces and buried in the backyard of the accused couple's house in Kerala's Elanthoor. It is even being said that some of the body parts were consumed by the accused. Let's talk in detail, bit by bit, how the three conspired the murder. It all began with Muhammad Shafi, the mastermind behind the horrific human sacrifices, who created fake IDs on social media and posed as black magic practitioner. The victims, Rosalie and Padmam, were both lottery vendors who were lured and trapped by mastermind Muhammad Shafi. The latter promised wealth to accused couple for human sacrifice. As murkier and horrific it gets, Muhammad Shafi also performed sexual intercourse with accused Leila in guise of black magic. The next step that followed was luring the two victims on pretext of acting in movie. On June 8th, Rosalie, the ticket seller, was lured to accused Bhagawal Singh's house. The latter tied her to a cot, butchered and buried her in the backyard of accused couple's house in Elanthoor. After Rosalie, Shafi also lured Padmam on pretext of acting in movie. Next, Shafi conspired the second murder, which is Padmam's murder. On 26th of September, Padmam was butchered into 56 pieces. Her dismembered body was also buried in accused's house. The case came to light after Padmam's son filed a missing complaint last week. Now, a quick recap of the facts put out by the police on human sacrifice as well as a cannibalism angle that has now emerged. As per the Kerala police, the prime accused, Muhammad Shafi, is a pervert. Shafi used social media to contact victims. There is also a possibility that the accused ate victims' flesh. One of the bodies was cut into 56 pieces and dismembered body parts were found from 3 pits. While the details of the human sacrifice case is blood-chilling, the three have now been remanded to judicial custody till 26th of October by a magistrate's court in Kochi.
Joining us is PR Pradeep, the area secretary of the CPM in Elanthoor. Let's hear from him what he has to say about this entire murder that has taken place. So, Bhagawal Singh, play only the fun. CPM member in the രീതിയിൽ എന്താ പറയാനുള്ളത്?
അദ്ദേഹം CPM-ന്റെ ഒരു സജീവമായ ഒരു പ്രവർത്തകനായിരുന്നു. CPM-ന്റെ പ്രവർത്തകൻ എന്ന നിലയിലല്ല അദ്ദേഹത്തെ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ഇവിടുത്തെ ഒരു പാരമ്പര്യ വൈദ്യനായിരുന്നു.
He was a member of the CPM.
ഉൾപ്പെടെ
He was an active worker of the CPM, although he is more known as a traditional healer.
ഫിഗർ എന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, അദ്ദേഹം മറ്റ് സോഷ്യൽ വർക്കിൽ
He was accepted by all. More than a political figure of the CPM, he was also working as a healer. Until last afternoon, nobody had any doubt about his personality. Was he active? He was a progressive personality. He used to read a lot. He was always known as a progressive thinker.
ലോകം മുഴുവൻ അറിഞ്ഞു ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു കാര്യം. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്ക് അതിൻ്റെതായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്ഷീണമുണ്ട്. കാരണം പാർട്ടിക്ക് ഒരു പാർട്ടി മെമ്പർ എന്ന രീതിയിൽ താങ്കൾക്ക് എന്താ തോന്നുന്നത്, എന്താണ് തോന്നുന്നത് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച്?
As a party member, what do you feel?
എല്ലാ പാർട്ടിക്കകത്തും ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ക്രിമിനലുകൾ ഉണ്ടാകാം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് എ ക്രിമിനൽ. അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു സൈഡ്
there may be criminals like these in all the parties.
ഇതിനകത്തൊരു പൊളിറ്റിക്കലായിട്ടുള്ള എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു സംരക്ഷണമോ,
we should ensure that he faces the law.
ഇത്തരം
he should not be given any kind of political protection.
ഒരു സാക്രിഫൈസ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത് ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിൽ ഒരിക്കലും നമുക്ക് ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ കഴിയുന്നില്ല.
താങ്കൾ പറഞ്ഞു ഇദ്ദേഹം ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രസീവ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരാളാണ്.
This human sacrifices cannot be accepted because that man used to be a progressive man.
അപ്പോൾ ഒരു കേരളത്തിന്റെ പ്രോഗ്രസീവ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ലേബലിനെ തന്നെ ഇപ്പോൾ നശിപ്പിച്ച് ഈ ഒരു ഒറ്റൊരു സംഭവം കാരണമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നില്ലേ?
തീർച്ചയായും അത് വളരെ
hasn't this incident shattered the so-called progressive label of Kerala?